But let's maybe start with how the euglycemic clamp test is done.
Yeah.
And let's assume that I'm a healthy enough individual that we can use me as a proxy. I come into your clinic. What are we going to do? How do you run this test?
Yeah. So let me bring you back in time when I was a fellow, because at that time, we didn't really have a good measure of insulin sensitivity. So what people would do is you do an oral glucose tolerance test.
Yes.
And the insulin level would go up. And so then some people would say, I'll look at how much insulin comes out compared to the rise in glucose. And that's a measure of beta cell function. And then someone would just turn it around and say, look, I'm going to see how much the rise in glucose was per insulin, and that's a measure of insulin resistance. You can't take two variables and then, just depending upon how you want to look at them, switch denominator and numerator. And so I said, we need to develop something that is really more specific.
And just to be clear, Ralph, I mean, unfortunately, we as clinicians are not able to do euglycemic clamps.
Correct.
So we are still looking at oral glycemic tolerance tests. We are still giving people, oral glucose and sampling glucose and insulin every 30 minutes and trying to impute what we can, which I'd love to come back and talk about interpretation, but carry on with the limitation.